A yay vote is a vote to remove the Pledge of Allegiance and the Michigan State motto from the agenda. A nay vote is a vote to keep the Pledge of Allegiance and the Michigan State motto on our agenda.
Personally and professionally, the Pledge of Allegiance is something which I almost always opt out of. The only time you will ever see me standing is under pressure or threat to my position, whatever that may be. And even then, I will not speak in words, because I have no allegiance to pledge to the federal government as someone who feels entirely unsupported by its figureheads. As a former senator, this lack of respect and empathy for the greater student body hurts my heart.
What other department of our university says the Pledge of Allegiance before they have a meeting? No other department in our university says the Pledge of Allegiance before they have a meeting. And also, you can't sit there and tell me that our government isn't oppressive until you're 16 and you watch your rights to get married to someone that you would like to get married to be debated on national TV and watch your friends side with the opposite side, or watch your right to even hold employment be debated because of your gender and your sexuality. Like, these shouldn't be debates, but they are, and they're things that are getting attention at the national level.
The fact that we are discussing taking away an opportunity for people who want to say it, because guess what? If you don't want to say it, you don't have to say it. But then if we remove this, that means we are taking away the right that we've been saying, oh, everyone has these rights not to say it. We take the right away from the people who want to say it. That isn't right. That is what my great-grandfather fought for in World War II. That is what many folks back there who said their parents or their grandparents served fought for as well. I've had members of Congress say, why would we want to work with this? If we're trying to take away the right of other people, why would we want to work with this institution? And we've got students here saying they don't feel that we're representing them because we're having this.
Point of order. Please direct all comments at the chair.
I am directing all comments at the chair. If we've got students here saying they won't feel represented, they're just as much as we have international students, and we thank them for coming here as well. We've also got students who feel very strongly about the pledge as well. We have to represent them. And yes, when people say, oppression, we do have oppressive, like oppression, yes, we do have oppressive past, and there have been unfortunate times in American history. But guess what? The thing about that pledge of liberty and justice for all, you want to know what kind of also states as well, is that we can move past that. And our darkest days are behind us. And there's always a light at the end of the tunnel in our country. I will say this now, if we also live in an oppressive government, you could be shot or arrested for making that same very statement if we were in an oppressive government. I want to leave you with that right there. And I know for a fact that we're not an oppressive government. And I also heard people mention that, there's no opportunity here in America.
Please don't address other members.
I know. I've also heard things mentioned that there's no opportunity here. Guess what? I don't know the exact numbers I'm going to speak, but I guarantee you there's quite a bit of people who in other countries don't have that opportunity to go to college, and their government won't finance it, because we have things like Pell Grants and things like that direct a financial aid that helps a lot of people that would not have the opportunity. So that's what I have to say, and I yield the rest of my time.
Senator Hicks.
As an educator, I felt that it was important to do my due diligence and actually collect some information and educate myself on this topic. A couple of students came to me and they let me know that this was going on, and as the faculty advisor to one of the clubs on campus, I felt the need to just bring some information to you, again, as an educator. So, as a member of this institution, I am here to educate others, and I just want to help you understand that removing the Pledge of Allegiance as something that is part of this governing body in this environment on the basis of what is being called oppression is kind of an interesting concept to me, because if I need to remind you that what it is to actually live in a country that oppresses people what actually looks like versus what we have here in the United States. And I brought some examples to share with you. If you were a citizen of a country of Azerbaijan, and I pardon my pronunciation of some of these countries, you would actually receive up to 2 years of corrective labor and a fine of $500 to $1,000 nominal financial units if you did anything in any way, shape, or form that was considered humiliating to the honor or dignity of the president. If you were a citizen of the country of Lebanon, you would be charged up to $66,400 in fines if you did anything or said anything in a public forum that undermined the dignity of the president or the republic. Also, you might have punishment up to 1 month and maximum of 2 years in prison if you spoke and said that you were against anything the government stood for or believed in. If you were a citizen of the country of Venezuela, it would be a crime to, quote, offend in writing, speech, or by any other means the elected or acting president or government official. If you are a citizen in the country of Poland, you would be imprisoned up to 3 years for publicly insulting the Polish president in that country. If you are a citizen of the country of Turkey, any person who defames the president of the republic shall be imprisoned for a term of 1 to 4 years. You are not allowed to speak out against them in that country without possibly being put in prison. If you were a citizen of the Netherlands, you could get up to 5 years in prison if you intentionally insult the monarch in any way or offend the monarch's spouse.
I'm on 15 seconds.
Okay? My point being that by choosing to say the Pledge of Allegiance before you engage in service in this governing body in a duly elected position at a public university, you are modeling an active remembrance of the very freedoms that every citizen of our country is given. Reciting the Pledge of Allegiance helps us remember that freedom is never free, and it is good to be thankful to live in the United States of America and under our Constitution, which gives you the very right to either choose or not choose to say the Pledge of Allegiance in such a form as this.